Hey Taurus, welcome to your twin flame reading for April 2020. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. I am already processing stuff. Holy Hannah. The energy's been kind of intense today though, just so as you know. It is, like I said, a general reading. You could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign Taurus, or you could be watching for someone that's a Taurus. Either way, I am grateful you're here. There is an extended version to this video, and I normally charge for my extended or my extra videos, but because we're heading into your birthday season, we're heading into Taurus season, I'm going to do the extra for free. So the link to the extra is in the description box below. Okay, so not only for those of you who want to know what an extra video looks like, or what the extra information video looks like, or the extended version looks like, it's in there. I haven't decided if I'm going to still do it through my shop or not. If it goes through my shop, if it's a link to my shop, you'll be charged $0 because it's free. If it's not, it'll just be a link directly to the video. I haven't quite decided. I haven't really been guided, I should say, on how to do it yet. So you can follow me on Instagram and on Patron. The information is in the description box below as well as my social media posting schedule. So let's get right into it, okay? Wow. Now I'm just feeling a wave of energy. So whatever you guys are going through right now, it's pretty intense. I do feel like there's a lot of, I know we talk about karmic endings a lot, but we're going to be feeling them this week. I feel the heaviness already starting to creep in, so just be mindful of that. Okay, what is the current energy between the two of you right now? Between you, yeah, look at that. Wow. So we have the prison wave. We have self-sabotage, and poverty consciousness. Okay. It is a 31. This came up in my weekly reading, so I think it's very interesting. It came up now on my Patron. I do daily and weekly collective energy for the twin flames, and this card came up. So when I pulled it up then, and as I'm pulling it up now, 3 is the number of communication for me. It represents a lot of different things, and 1 is the number of leadership. So I feel like leading your way through communication, but because this is the prison wave energy, this is self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Okay, this is about how we talk to ourselves. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a lot of that going on for you. Like, what words am I using to describe myself? How am I talking to myself? Am I beating myself up over stupid things? Are there old beliefs in place in regards to poverty consciousness, where I have to give my services away for them to be of value, for people to want them? Okay, I love though that we have on the bottom, we have a 44, which I feel is, this is where the energy, this is where the friggin' energy is coming from. Holy Hannah. Okay, so we have the Lady of the Mirror, not a surprise, reflection and non-judgment. Okay, because I guarantee you, your twin, if you are feeling this way about yourself, your twin is also feeling that way about themselves in some way. Okay, like, I need to offer free stuff to get people to come to me, or I have to be a certain way in order for people to see my value. But there is a major shift in changing here. Okay, surrender to the change though, Taurus. Surrender to it. You're stepping into your own natural energy. The Taurus energy can be stubborn, but it can also be very calm, very relaxed. Go with the flow. You can anchor yourself there. Okay, so I think this is awesome that this is coming up. It's the concept that you have been imprisoned by your own beliefs, and let's face it, self-sabotage happens. It's a fear. It's sort of like something will trigger, you know, I imagine like you've got your wound, right? You've got your wound, and then there's like this huge laser field around the wound, right? We don't want to disturb the wound because then we have to deal with it, and we have to deal with all those emotions. So something will trigger the alarm system and hit like a laser, okay? And then that self-sabotage mechanism comes in to create a protective barrier around the wound and distract you with other things. For me, my coping mechanism, my self-sabotage is using food to cope, okay? That's just an example, though. That doesn't have to necessarily be for you. So I understand that I'm getting two very different scenarios here, but they all are around value of self. Okay, very interesting. All right, so the stuff that's going to show up in the extra version or the extended, we're going to talk about hidden factors in the connection right now, what's going on behind the scenes that can't be seen, blockages that are being removed, lessons that are being learned, and external influences for you and the other person. Now, I generally tend to read for the divine feminine, but and the other twin is usually the masculine, but the energy is interchangeable. What matters is how the information makes you feel. Okay. All right. So we're going to step into your energy now, Taurus. Let's kind of get an idea of what energy you're in right now. What energy are you in right now? Okay. Yeah. Look at that. Ha 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 ha. I love this. I love this energy. This is great energy. We have the Nine of Cups on the bottom, and the Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled, bliss, happiness, okay? But at the forefront, we have not only the Page, but the Knight of Swords, okay? So I see a graduation here. You're stepping from a place of being aware and being honest and insightful with yourself to actually acting and doing something about it, okay? Moving forward in your truth. In your soul's truth, not your brain's truth, not your ego's truth, not someone else's truth, your truth, okay? It is truth bomb energy. There you may be experiencing a lot of moments of self-realization is what's coming forward. Self-realization, okay? Very, very interesting. Very good, though. Very, very good. I think that's a beautiful place to be, because sometimes, and more often than not, we get stuck in this place of, okay, I'm aware of this, but what do I do with it? And I feel like you're going to be guided very, very clearly on what to do about it, about any of those feelings that have kept you in this place of poverty consciousness or self-sabotage, okay, or in a prison, okay, or in a mental prison, right? The Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna look at what's important for you to be aware of right now. What is important? Oh, okay. So the first one that came up is the Eight of Pentacles. So work, honing your skills, focusing on the details. Okay, then we have the King of Wands. Okay, the King of Wands sets his sight on something. He knows what he wants. He knows how to get it. He's kind of a take charge energy. And then we have the Justice card. Okay, so this is a very interesting mix for me. For one, the two cards together, the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Wands, is telling me to get really clear on your intentions. What's important for you right now, to be aware of what's happening with your energy, is you want to go charging into something, but it's important to get really clear about what you're charging into, okay? And to be clear and defined about it. The Justice card coming up here, and this isn't going to be for all of you, so just be mindful of what you get involved with. When you charge into something without your clear intentions, you have the opportunity to create karma. And there's no fear in that. Karma is karma. It is what it is. It's not to say it's going to take you further on your path from here. It could just be that you yourself have to be mindful of the karma you're creating. What is your end game? It's like some of you may, and again, this is not going to resonate with everyone, okay? I'm being very clear about that, because there are some of you who are going to be like, well, I would never do that. So know that this isn't for you. This is for those of you who are eager to make a name for themselves, who are eager to really run out of this poverty consciousness and prove to yourself that you're worth money or whatever. Be mindful of what you're getting involved in. You might be charging forward without being clear on your intention. Is the money your intention? If it is, the money, it needs to shift to your value. Money is just a byproduct, okay? Very, very interesting as well. I'm going to say that a lot in this reading, I have a feeling. All right, so what's coming up subconsciously for you? The subconscious emotions are the emotions our conscious energy isn't necessarily aware of, because it comes from our childhood wounds, our childhood energy. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Empress here, okay, which I love, okay. I love that we have the Empress, yeah. And then we have the Two of Cups and the Five of Cups. I feel like there's still some subconscious energy around, number one, being feminine. What does it mean to be feminine? Okay, there's a little bit of a struggle happening energetically there. Also, what does an actual genuine relationship look like? I feel like you haven't really had an experience with that in the past, and any experience you've had or witnessed of other people's relationship has left you feeling in lack. Like, I feel like you don't really have anything to go on. But the beauty of that, okay, is that it's coming forward for you to recognize that you're not meant to follow anyone else's example of what it is to be feminine, of what it is to be in a relationship, okay? You get to decide based on how you feel about things and what feels good, what a relationship needs to look like for you and what it means to be feminine, okay? No one else gets to set those parameters because it's your life, okay? I know that there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information saying this is the divine feminine energy, this is the divine masculine energy, and here's a list of all the things you need to check off. I think it's a great concept. I think that there's a lot of things that are true about that, about the energy of what we think about those words, but ultimately no one can really decide what the ultimate divine feminine or divine masculine is except for the person that's living in that energy. Okay, and it's going to be different for every single one of you. So I feel like that, I feel like this subconscious energy coming forth for you is more just about you, how do I put this? It's more just about you being comfortable in your own skin, deciding what your intentions are, not needing to prove yourself to anyone, not even yourself, just to know and to be. And I think that's ultimately going to get you to your own truth. And when that happens, it frees up this energetic flow in the connection. It's almost like, yeah, like it's almost like, because I know I've heard this before and I believe it. The divine feminine and the divine masculine have a certain soul song. But if you're trying to play your part in the soul song with someone else's instrument, is it really going to resonate the same way? Okay, so I feel that's a really weird analogy, but I'm just going to roll with it. So in the extended version, we go into how you're being affected with by the connection, and also how you're viewing your masculine and the connection. And I know people are like, well, I know how I'm viewing the masculine, but I got to tell you, so many people that I've done readings for, when I pull those cards, they're like, oh yeah, I guess I am feeling those things. Because sometimes we band-aid stuff. Sometimes you don't realize there's fear still. Sometimes we have to face those fears, right? Okay, very, very interesting. Anyways, again, there's that word. Okay, maybe you're going to be in this state of like where you find everything interesting. And that's, I have to tell you, that's a great place to be, because that means you've stepped back from the ego and you've become the observer in your life. So that's also a very positive growth for you. Okay. All right, let's kind of see your masculine's energy. If their sign comes through, fantastic. If it doesn't, go with what I'm telling you. That's not 100% definitive. It just helps sometimes. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, okay, which is Virgo energy. And then we have the Strength. So they could have strong Leo in their chart. At the bottom, though, we have the 10 of Wands. It's Sagittarius energy, but this is, they're feeling very burdened, very overwhelmed. So if you're feeling heavy, and I'm going to tell you, anybody who's dealing with a karmic situation this week coming up, it doesn't matter if it's you dealing with it or if it's your counterpart, you're going to feel heavy. It's a very heavy energy. It's like that pop just before, that build up just before the balloon pops, and then there's the release. So be mindful of that. Things are very heavy for your masculine this week. And it's all around their emotional attachment to their long-term commitments, their family, family expectations, the legacy they're leaving behind. I feel like you share this energy. You want to leave your mark on the world, but you're not really allowed to leave your mark until it's actually aligned with your true soul's purpose. That can be very heavy, especially if your masculine is not necessarily aware or awake. Okay. They are all waking up. I've gotten so many messages this weekend that they are being guided by ascended masters, by their higher selves, by your higher self, by angels, by spirit guides, whoever it is. And it's not going to be the same. Like for feminines, I feel like we're like, yeah, you know, oh, this, we kind of look for them, right? We look for synchronicities. We're excited for them. There's joy. For the masculines are like, I don't know, this 111 keeps showing up and I have no idea what it means. Like it's just starting. You remember when that first started happening for you and you started waking up and you're kind of like, it's really cool, but it's kind of freaking me out. I feel like that's kind of the energy they're in. But they're also having to deal with a lot of stuff in the physical. Like it's just bombarding and bombarding and bombarding. And, you know, I feel like maybe the masculine, they're dealing with a lot of emotional stuff this week, or even for this month, because I'm going to be doing them on a monthly basis. But know that it's doing is breaking them out of their prison. Okay. The prison that their own learned behavior put them in. Okay. All right. So what's on their minds? What's going on? Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So we have a little bit of a struggle here. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is an energy of boredom and discontentment, being severely discontent in their life. There is an energy of, I should be grateful for all I have. I'm being told I need to be grateful, but I'm kind of hating my life. I'm not, there's a victimhood energy though. There's like, why am I not successful yet? Okay. Why am I not successful? Why isn't this paying off? Why am I not getting clients? Like it's a very, but they're also being impatient about it. We have the 7 of Coins, and it's because they need to shift their perspective about things. We have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is sailing out of, sailing into smoother waters, sailing away from the drama, not dealing with drama. But I feel like it's also a card where they're realizing, because this is the stuff that's on their mind, they're realizing that they maybe can't do this alone and they need to accept help from someone else. Okay. So it's a good place to be. We all go into victim mode sometimes. Every single person on this planet does it because we were raised in that energy. It's a natural reaction until you can face and accept why you're being a victim. But again, it comes up that way so you can face being a victim and deal with it. Yeah, they're feeling a little sorry for themselves, licking their wounds. I'm putting in all this effort and I'm not getting anything out of it. And they might be getting lots out of it, but they're not appreciating it because they have their sights set on this unrealistic expectation. Okay. So let's take a look at what they're feeling in their emotions right now. I don't know if one flipped. Kind of heard it flip. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, so we have the 8 of Swords, self-imposed entrapment. Okay, thinking they have to do a certain thing. I think this isn't, a lot of their childhood is coming up. We have the 5 of Pentacles and we have the 6 of Cups. Okay, we also have the King of Pentacles. Again, they're like, look at this face. Okay, they are absolutely feeling sorry for themselves, but I feel like their concept of success and their concept of purpose and what status and money comes from their childhood. And the reason I think it's coming up here is not because they're constantly being stuck in that energy. Okay. But I feel like there's an awareness around that for them. Like if they're being shown, obviously, like it's very obvious that they're doing things the way they're doing things to prove to people in their life that always told them they'd amount to nothing, or made them feel like they were nothing. And when you have that kind of energy putting out, that's what the universe gives back to you. It gives you breadcrumbs. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of awareness around that. And there's nothing that you can do about that except to keep working on your energy and what you can do about it, okay? Because I feel like the more you work on your own perception of what you want in your intentions, it will filter through the connection and continue to help stabilize them so they can make the decisions they need to make for their own betterment. Very, very interesting. Again, there's the interesting. So in the extended, we talk about what they're dealing with in the physical and how they're viewing you and the connection. Okay. So now we're going to look at what is currently evolving and healing in the connection between the two of you. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of ego energy, other people's egos, perception. Yeah, look at that. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation in gratitude. Beautiful. I pulled gratitude because I feel this is more for the divine masculine in the equation, where there needs to be a little more gratitude for themselves, for their situation, for how far they've come. Sort of, instead of being like, wow, I'm really grateful for this, that I at least have this, because that I feel is calling in the universe saying you're happy with the way things are to stay where they are. Sort of more of an energy of, I am grateful for this. I wonder how it can get any better than this. Okay. So it's just that shift in being like, you know what? I am super grateful for this, but I definitely want to feel more like this. I want to feel more happy. I want to feel more joy. What is it? Like, it's all about intentions here, guys. There's a lot of intentions here. And then empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. Okay. Some of you do struggle a little bit with your masculine and where they're at. I'm sorry, my cat. Hey, get off of there. That's not for you, Leon. Come here. Sorry. Oh, geez. Okay. Some of you are like a little frustrated with your masculine because you are doing so much work and it doesn't seem like they're getting anywhere. But I got to tell you, your masculine's physical baggage is walls thick. So it's going to seem like you're just treading water, but you're actually doing a lot of work. Just focus on yourself, send love, send understanding and acceptance. Okay. They already don't accept themselves. So the more you accept yourself, the more you accept them, the more it's going to help them shift and change and feel like they don't have to prove themselves to anybody. Okay. All right. And then we're going to leave off with some guidance. So in the extended version, we go into talking about what you can do right now to help yourself. Okay. How your divine masculine or counterpart wants to move forward with you, the near future outcome for the two of you, and what they want you to know right now. But we're going to end off with a guidance piece again. The Taurus extended or extra video is going to be free, and it is the link to it is in the description box below. All right, what do we have? Awakening, right? Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in action. So yeah, you guys are being held up right now until you can shift your perspective about yourself, your intentions, okay, what it is you truly want for yourself in this world, what the connection will follow. It's a byproduct of how you feel about yourself, how they feel about themselves, and you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, okay? I feel like embracing your uniqueness, like, I don't know, I just love how the fairies always come up. Okay, so thank you very much. If it's resonated, please like or share. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing April.